Thank you, Omar. Good morning, everybody. First of all, in the name of Alfa, I would like to welcome you and wish you a great day, successful and, most importantly, fruitful. We'll be taking 10 minutes of your time just to introduce what Alfa is doing in the mobile broadband mainly. And afterwards, my colleague Rami Assoum will briefly introduce the Alfa Store and the Alfa Application Store and what's our strategy. And we will be present during the 2 days with our partner Bericom for any further discussion or opportunities. So briefly, I will talk about 4G, what we're doing in for the deployment of 4G, and then few figures so that you see the uptake of data in Lebanon. The opportunities around the mobile operations, so we're moving from voice to more vertical markets, and then we will talk about the Alfa applications. So basically, 1 year ago, a bit more than 1 year, we launched the 3G, so we reached speeds up to 21 megabit per second. Recently, we launched the first trial of LTE in Lebanon, and people were able to test in our booth at ABC Ashrafiyeh, and where speeds reached 100 megabit per second. Of course, this is in the ideal situation, but hopefully with the LTE deployment, one can think of a lot of applications since the speed will be really at least multiplied by 5 from the existing speeds that we're having. All over the world, LTE is being deployed. 2 years ago, people were skeptical, operators were skeptical. Now we're seeing that everybody is launching LTE, is deploying LTE, it's proving itself, and Lebanon is way in the upfront in the deployment of LTE. What's interesting to see is that so far connections to the internet, up to 50% of the connections were done via mobile devices. We're expecting that this will reach 80%. That's why all our thinking and all our development should be towards the mobile connections and mobile applications. I will go through some figures so that you have an idea what are the devices that are happening, that are present on our network, and what's the uptake of the data usage. Succeeded. Huh? Okay, so basically in terms of OS, Android is the leading, and you know, because Android, so many manufacturers are using Android as an OS. So we have Android, and then Symbian, then Apple, and then BlackBerry. In terms of sites, we can see that the social networking is the top sites that are visited in Lebanon. These figures will be available on our Facebook page so that you will have a look at them, and they are already. Okay, thank you. As for the consumption, as you can see over 2012, you see that the consumption per day is increasing. So people, the penetration of the data usage is really increasing since we launched the 3G, and with the launch of 4G, definitely we will see more uptake. Just a brief, what's our plan in the launch of 4G? Hopefully in May we should start our commercial launch, and this will be in administrative Beirut at the beginning with maybe around 4 to 45 sites LTE. Already we have 20 running on a trial basis, and hopefully by the end of the year we should cover most of administrative Beirut, Greater Beirut, and some main cities. And in parallel, the 3G coverage will be boosted as well, so we're having projects and deployment of more than 200 sites to boost the 3G coverage indoor. Okay, so this is all to cater for the data consumption needs that the customers are experiencing. So the user's behavior also, it's a typical, you know, the browsing and then emails and so on. So basically we're analyzing all the usage, and we can see that it's a normal behavior on the internet. As for the consumption per day, so basically we reached 8 megabit per second. But last month in Barcelona, they said that we should expect a usage of 1 gigabyte per user per day. So this is where things are moving. Today we're in Lebanon at 8 megabyte per day per user. We will reach figures of 1 gigabyte, which is enormous. Our data subscribers over 1 year, we went up from 12% from the customer base to around 40% of our customer base. So we're more than 700,000 data user in Lebanon, prepaid and postpaid. Finally, we can see also we analyze the type of websites and the consumption in terms of data consumption over 1 year. Okay. Okay, we need, sorry, where's Bishir? Okay, thanks. All right, sorry. Also, we would like to share with you how the consumption of data is taking out of the consumption of voice. So you can see the trend in decrease in voice usage, and at the top, and at the bottom you can see the increase in data consumption. And we also see that because we decreased some of our prices, particularly for the BlackBerry offers, we see an uptake. So it's always not only data consumption and data usage need, but also the price elasticity, we're seeing it on the Lebanese market. So, as we said, as we are saying, it's not anymore voice. Mobile operators need to partner with a lot of third parties, with OTT players, with handset devices and so on suppliers, so that we can have successful business models, so that we can have innovative services. The mobile operators on their own cannot be as innovative and as fast implementing as developers like you or startups. So basically, this is what we are calling for. This is why we sponsor such events and encourage such initiatives, because we will prepare the infrastructure, but we would like to see third parties coming with ideas and developments so that we partner together and launch successful and meaningful applications for the Lebanese or for the region. So this is where we need to think. We don't have to reinvent the wheel every time. We need to think what is the need of the customer, of the Lebanese customer, and I believe with our infrastructure we can have a lot of opportunities together. Yep. So as I said, there are now vertical markets. Mobile communication is becoming available in every industry, like oil. So everybody is saying it is one of the most successful innovations. Why? Now we will have soon more mobile handsets than number of population in the world. So basically we're topping the 7 billion mobile device handset in the world. So this is why it is becoming everywhere. It's becoming part of all industries. So we see it in health. We saw a lot of initiatives. Last month there was this big mobile congress, World Congress, and we saw a lot of initiatives. We saw people coming from the health industry, from the car industry, for example, Ford, GM, they all have initiatives to have built-in 4G technology in the car. And it's only up to us to think of services to boost this usage and to benefit for the end user and for the operators. Another topic that is the near-field communication. This is also another enabler for mobile payment. Mobile payment is a big topic for the mobile communication. And then what what we're going to do and what we're seeing, and hopefully we're starting even initiatives in Lebanon, we're seeing credit card suppliers, MasterCard, Visa, partnering with handset devices like Samsung, BlackBerry, so that we can have a link between the handset and the credit card in order to do mobile payment. Finally, before handing over to Rami, just to mention that everything is moving into the cloud applications. Everything is moving to make it easier to the end user and less dependent on the device itself. And we will explain to you briefly what's our strategy for the Alfa application store. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Raafat. Well, I'm sure most of you have heard that Alfa launched last December, the first mobile application store with operator billing capabilities in Lebanon, having the purpose to facilitate and set up the establishment of the payment and distribution channels between the developers community and the users community in the country. Those two channels are actually essential for the success of any product, because there must be a way for the producer to reach his customers and deliver his products efficiently to them, and also a way for the money to flow from the customer into the producer's pockets. So to project that model onto the mobile application industry, for you as developers, I would presume like the only way for you to reach your customers to sell them applications is to go through the global application stores, like Google Play, Apple App Store, BlackBerry App World, and such. But to do that, you need also to set up a special agreement with each one of them and to go through a whole long process of registration, validation, and testing of your applications before those applications will get published on their stores. And also, the users must have credit cards to pay for the applications. And you, as developers as well, you need to have international or foreign bank accounts. So these two things are hindering the generation of mobile applications into the Lebanese market. But I mean, like, all those problems, you will see soon, Alfa is going to solve those problems for you, to sit back as developers, think, innovate, and generate new applications without getting into the hassle of these two issues. Because with Alfa, you can submit your applications for free on the App Store, and by that you get better visibility to the Lebanese market and benefit from the operator billing capabilities that Alfa is offering. Finally, you will get paid either directly by Alfa or through the Lebanese banking system. Well, back to the history of the Alfa store. Alfa decided to launch the store into 3 phases. Now we are in phase 0 or beta, which allows you to access as users the App Store using any browser, whether from a PC, tablet, or a mobile phone. And you can also pay for the applications that you download from your postpaid or prepaid account, depending on the user profile you have at Alfa. You can also rate the applications, share them on social networks like Facebook or Twitter. Currently, we are only supporting the one-time fee download, which means that the user will be only charged at the time he purchases the applications. By end of June, phase 1 will be ready, and the App Store will be available through on-device portals for Android, Nokia, BlackBerry, and Apple phones. And we will also provide you as developers with the in-app purchases payment model, which you can offer to your users, which means that the users of your applications can place payments from within the applications that you have developed. For example, in a game, they can buy more time or buy more units to get points to get to the next level. We will be also integrating with the first cloud for the individual developers to easily develop their applications. The phase 2 will be ready in September 2013, and we will be launching the on-device portal for Windows phones. And also we'll be offering you something very new and unique. We will be offering you as developers with a way to, with the recurring fees concept, which means that you can offer your users a subscription-based services and applications, either weekly or monthly. And Alpha will be running the life cycle of those applications and users on your behalf as developers. In other terms, at the end of each build cycle, Alpha will try to charge the users of your applications, and then will notify your application servers of the result of that charge. And consequently, you just allow or deny the access of those users to the application. We will also be integrating with additional clouds, international and local clouds. Well, as you can see on the screen, those snapshots show how the current App Store looks like today. Any user, Alpha user, can visit appstore.alpha.com.lb, logs in using his username and password provided by Alpha, and then he will be prompted, directed to the welcome page of the App Store, where he can see the history of his downloads, the recommended apps by Alpha, and the different apps classified under different categories. He just has to select one, pay for it, and download it to his phone. Well, similarly, for the developers, there is a web interface where they can sign up, create an account, and then sign in, submit their applications, and set the attributes for those applications. One of them would be the price, of course, before taking it to the next level, which is the testing phase. So how does it look all together? How does it work? You, whether you are an individual developer, having your server-side code hosted on a cloud, or you are a software firm having your standalone application servers, you have to use Alpha Exposed APIs for billing at the end. And by the way, we will be providing you soon with additional APIs to expose our network capabilities to you as developers. So back to it, you just need to register on the developer portal, create an account, then agree on a revenue sharing model with our partner, Bericom, which will play the role of the interface between Alpha and the developers. Then once your account gets validated, you submit the application, and then it gets tested and then published on the App Store. At the end of the month, you just get your revenue, your share of the revenues from the sale of that application on the store. I would like to invite you to join us and get involved today with us on the store, because we offer you a close follow-up during the application submission lifecycle, and we have a special exposure for the first 20 apps submitted on Alpha's social networks. I also would like to encourage you to visit our booth, where you can talk to our partner, Vericom, to take things further. Thank you very much.